Hey everyone, week 2 of promises. What do we talk about? The promise of breakthrough. I don't know about you, maybe a favorite one. I know so far, it's only been 2 weeks, but you gotta love talking about breakthrough and the suddenly. That's what I talked about, all of the sudden. I believe that breakthrough can happen right here, right now in your life. Whether you were there on Sunday or not, let's go through the 5 steps to breakthrough. I talked about the walls of Jericho and how Joshua was there to take the city, but he had to do a few things before he got the city. And I think that is the same thing for me and you when we're going through life and believing for big things from God. And we're asking God, would you come through in this way? God, I have a financial need. I have a healing that I'm believing for. I'm standing in the gap for something. And how many realize that God sometimes just doesn't answer right away, but yet he still is a God of suddenly? Well, there's a process that needs to play out. The first thing that you got to do that Joshua did, you got to acknowledge the walls, acknowledge the hindrances in your life. If you need a healing, that does mean you got something in your body that is sick or something in your mind you need healing from. And for when you are weak, he is strong. So I want to present some of these things. And I said this, that ignorance is not an effective freedom strategy. You have to understand, you have to commit your life to admitting your weaknesses. I can admit it when I struggle. I can admit it when I fail. I didn't have a good day. I wasn't walking righteous today. You know what I'm saying? Like someone cut you off and you decided to speak some words. And so you know you've fallen short, but all have fallen short of the glory of God. Just acknowledge the walls. Don't ignore the walls. Acknowledge the walls and watch what God will do with them. The second point we went into is hear the Lord. You got to acknowledge the walls, but you got to hear from God. That's what Joshua did. The Lord spoke to Joshua. And the first thing he told Joshua, he said, see, I've already given you Jericho, which was something crazy to say because Joshua hadn't even started fighting or walking around the walls yet. It's a very interesting point to believe that I'm already in victory, even though I don't see it, have it, feel it, touch it. Like, what does that mean? And God is asking you, can you see victory before you have victory? What that allows you to do is it constantly allows you to look at every situation through the lens of, I have victory, I'm not fighting for it. I stand on deliverance. I stand on the breakthrough of God. I stand in a place of faith. I know God will bring it to me and he's gonna bring me through this, but I'm already living on my toes in expectation for more, knowing that God is going to deliver me from this because I have a viewpoint of victory. I have a perspective of promise. And then we get into the third one, which is trust the process. Everybody's favorite is to trust the process that God placed you in. How difficult is that to do sometimes though? Trust the process. It equals long days, long weeks, long months of sometimes seemingly no movement. God, what are you doing? I'm just walking these walls. I'm just going in circles. I'm just doing a whole bunch of nothing out here. No, you're raising those kids. No, you're stewarding that marriage. No, you're building that business. And every day is a significant step forward. You got to trust the process. You got to be developed in the process. Your character grows in the process. The promise is strengthened in the process. Your integrity is fortified in the process. And I love the process. I don't love it, but I love it because I know God is making me into the person I need to be to acquire the promise that he's about to give me. And then it gets to this place because a lot of times in the process we want to quit, but you got to get to the fourth point that you got to do it again. They didn't just say, hey, God, I need you to circle the walls for one day. I need you to do it for 7 days. And then on the 7th day, I need you to do it 7 times. Oh my goodness. Some of you need to learn to do it again. You did it once, you prayed it once, you asked once, Matthew 7. Keep on asking, keep on knocking, keep on believing, keep on contending for that miracle. You might have gotten tired, maybe weak in spirit. Maybe your flesh got a little too loud. Maybe you got a little too discouraged over the time of not seeing change and not seeing breakthrough in your life. Well, that is the perfect time to do it again. Go back to that place. Pray that prayer again. Get into the Word of God again. Press in again. Continually raise those kids. Continually have a vision for your life. Continually believe in the promises of God. And then the last point, my favorite, get ready for a suddenly. Because after you contend, after you acknowledge the walls, after you hear the Lord, after you trust the process and you continually do it again, breakthrough is coming to your household. Breakthrough will become normal for you. I love the suddenlies of God, but often the suddenlies are found in the consistency of my obedience. So today, do not get discouraged that you haven't seen the suddenly of God, but lean in and contend for the suddenly. Contend for the breakthrough. Contend for the open heaven, knowing that there can be a suddenly any moment of your life. I don't know about you, I live that way. I live ready for one text, one call, one moment that could change everything. And I know it's not going to be by coincidence. It's only going to be by the hand of God and the grace of God. He's going to breathe on a moment. He's going to break you free from years of addiction so it doesn't pass on to your kids. He's going to free you from things you never thought you could be free from. He's going to open doors in your business. He's going to open doors in places you never thought. And whatever door God opens, no man can shut. And I need you to stand today, believe with me that a suddenly is coming your way. I love you, and I'm continually praying that a suddenly is going to hit your life quicker than you ever expected.